Having a bit of a run. I don't think it'll quite be size this one. Oh no, he's alright. Good morning. This is the Genoa River in Victoria. I'm not stopping to do an intro where you can see my face because I'm excited to get as much fishing done as I possibly can. This river is absolutely full of bream, or at least it used to be. So I'm heading up here just with a unweighted hook and a prawn on it. I'm just going to drop it next to these snaggy structures you can see here and see what I can pull out. I've seen some absolute thumping fish pulled out of here over my life. In fact, this river was where I had my first paying job on a charter boat many years ago, so I've spent a hell of a lot of time on this river. Anyway, that's enough of my voice. I'm going to get some fishing done. You can see it on the branch there. They're water dragons. This is pretty well as close as I've got to one. Usually, as you get this close, they jump into the water. It must be a bit cold for him. There he goes. And he'll come up when he's good and ready and when I'm out of his face. Well, that's enough paddling. I'm going to do some fishing. What I actually used to do as a kid was I'd peel them. That seemed to make a bit of a difference. I'm not going to bother doing that today. But the first one I'm going to hit's just this one up here. So I'm going to bait up. And then I'll paddle up there and I'll just drift past it. Hopefully something's excited to see my bait. The drift rate's a bit slower than I thought, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, as long as I start catching fish. So all I used to do is I'd leave it out there with the slack in the line, and as you saw the line start to take off, and the fish had it, just before you actually even saw it on the rod, you could strike. And that way, with no sinker or anything on the line, the fish never knew until you set the hook. Unfortunately for me so far today, fishing's been quieter than I ever remember it. But it's alright. Beautiful morning, so I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. Looks like my young fella's just coming for a visit. So this will be another interesting thing. He's new generation, so everything's about the lures. He might have one of his mates with him too. Oh, still got a few minutes till they get up here. But it'll be interesting to see if the lures perform better than the bait. I really hope he doesn't beat me. Always beats me when we go fishing. So I've got got it pretty well in the perfect spot. It's only about 6 inches from where that tree hits the water line. And I'm really surprised that something didn't just grab that. Didn't grab it on the way down even. Might just be one of those mornings they're not overly keen on anything. Just a tree. Again, that's in a perfect spot. Fish just aren't keen. I don't know what happened to the young guy. Well, that's annoying. Because I don't have any more tackle. Fuck. And I think there's actually my dodgy knot. So I've got to get better at tying them too. Oh well, back to camp. I swear I saw my young fella take off. Maybe they went the other way. Not here. Well, my young bloke had kindly fucked off with all the 9-pound line for leader, meaning I've had to use the lightest surf fishing line I had. So I have a leader that I'm assuming there's nothing on it. It looks like it's about 15 pound. Which is going to make the fishing a little more difficult, but it is what it is. If I find him, I'll change it back. There you go. Nice. Yeah, that's good. Young fella's just yelled up the river. He's caught a couple of flathead, which beats my nothing. But I suppose using lures opens them up a bit more than it does using bait. But I am going to persist. Oh, it's good the young fella's caught a couple. Don't go home empty-handed. Be nice to get one myself though. Don't tip me, I got my phone in my pocket. Yeah, I'm getting bites. Only little, I think. Huh? Said they're only little, I think.
Go over that side.
Oh, that wasn't a little one. Was there more over that side, is there?
Yeah, there's more over that side.
Yeah.
I caught a mini one that's like probably pushing 60 over there. Like, look at it, it's probably the biggest flathead.
On that corner, it's like 4 metres deep.
Yeah, then you just click onto the bank and...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to fish there later.
and hit you.
Don't hit me. Makes noise, you dickhead.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because I was trying to show you the fishes.
You can show me a can. Are you going back already?
Yeah.
Why?
The fish already.
Well, I'm going to catch more.
What's up that way?
Down there, this is the backwater. The next little one's the Maramingo.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to go. I'd hooked another one. I don't know if that first one worked on the camera. Felt like a good fish at the start, but sort of backed off. Having a bit of a run. I don't think it'll quite be size, this one. No, he's alright. So as long as you can get in close to them snags, it appears like there's plenty of fish here still. Come on, mate. There we go. So that's what I remember all about that size. The river seems to be full of them still, so that's a nice bream. Definitely be size, so I'll add him to the other one there and yeah, try and catch another few. It's been good. So that's 3 for the morning, 2 size, 1 undersize. This one's not quite as fat as the other 2. Yeah, but yeah, pretty fish. Go pretty well on a rod. Well worth chasing. We'll get him in the keep net. Well, that'll do for this morning. My old man's meant to be visiting. I think he is. Anyway, that's good morning. Found where the fish are, so I'll have more of a lash tomorrow morning, or the sarvy, see how I'm feeling. Try and get a few more on film. But yeah, it's just beautiful to be back on this river. Forgotten how nice the Genoa River was. Yeah, you'll catch me rod on shit here. I've gone a bit close. Get it back around. So anyway, I'm just gonna head back to camp. Thanks for watching. Hopefully get a couple more fish on film next time.